Hey guys, and welcome back to the series where I attempt to reach 2000 elo in Blitz Chess on Lee Chess. And we have about 39 more days to go, I believe, until Christmas. So stick on to the series and come in every day to see if I'm going to be able to do it. Obviously, we're going to improve together. That's the purpose of our series. If I learn something new, you are going to learn with me at the same time. And today we are playing against a Sicilian setup. This is very common, and probably we will have a few tactics in the future if he tries to develop the knight. Because we can push and attack this at the same time, which is really powerful. Because we're either winning the knight or the queen. This is taking away from our attack, which is a good move from him. But I'm just going to play rook to e1. I'm waiting to see where I can develop my bishop. Because if I put it here, I'm just gonna get kicked out. And now this is a really interesting move. Putting it here is not going to benefit me as much as I want to. So pushing looks like a really good idea. But then he's just going to take. That's why I thought about this. But then he's also going to push, and we don't really have anything. I'll wait for him to develop the knight, because he took away a free squares. I mean, at least the e7 square. And if he puts it here, I can push with the tactic that I showed before. And if he develops it here, I'll just take, open up his king, as he's looking to castle over there as well. This pawn structure is entirely weak for him. And now, wow, wait, really? Is that a move? I don't think so, actually. I'll just attack the bishop, set pressure on it, and now he's gonna have trouble developing the knight. He moves the bishop away, and now he wasted a tempo in the opening on the bishop. And now this is not doing anything, but maybe that is something that he wants to do. But I think going here is still a really powerful move. I'm actually not even sure why that would be bad in any case. But what if we attack him? He just goes away. I'm going to attack him again. If he goes up, there are a few tactics that he has over here. But going here objectively looks really powerful. Though I'm not sure we have a clean follow-up, because he just goes up. For any other move we would have some really good follow-up moves, but if he just goes up, we go here again, and then we're just going to repeat moves for no reason. Let's try and see what he does. Maybe he does something else. And then we'll get to develop the bishop with a tempo if he goes to b6, and over here obviously as well. If he goes here, I think this is a really good idea. And we're also threatening that. So let's see what he does after this. As he's probably going to have to move again. But if he goes back here, I'm actually just going to go knight to d5 again where we were. And now this is interesting. Because taking looks really putting the knight here, and then after he takes, this looks really good as we're attacking that at the same time. And then maybe we get to develop our bishop and put our rook over here attacking that pawn before him making a really good decision or kicking us out with a move h5 too early or developing the knight. I think that is a good idea that we might have, yeah. Okay, so he went back. This is a clear sign that he didn't have a better move, or at least he didn't see a better move. Because putting the queen here is really bad if you consider the fact that his knight isn't even developed yet and he's trying to bring his king to safety. So he didn't manage to bring his king to safety yet. And what we're going to do is I'm playing bishop to e3, trying to infiltrate at the same time. Though I'm running low on time, I've been talking a little bit too much. So now I will have to act more than I talk and play some good moves. Okay, I have to take and then I drop back here, protecting everything. And then maybe queen to d2 and rook to d1. The fact that I did not find the best possible tactic is a little bit disappointing because I'm sure there would have been something good. And if we found that, that would have been the game for us. So now he managed to bring his king to safety, which we shouldn't have allowed in the first place. But it's going to be fine, I guess. If he goes here, I go here. If he drops down, I'll go here. So we still have a few tactics. He cannot defend it like this. So maybe we're winning that pawn. I'm just going here. If you protect it like that, it's a little bit weak. I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty weak way to defend it. And now I'm attacking this. He will have to move away because if he drops down, this is simply the winning of a rook. He cannot even protect it like that. So I'm curious what he will do. I'll just go back up. This was a little bit of danger levels, but it doesn't really do much as the pin is still ongoing. And if he ever takes, I just take back. He cannot protect it with a rook, so I win this pawn inevitably. This time I said it correctly, not like in the other video, so I'll just take. And after he takes back, I'll just take like this. I suppose. And then we're threatening to take over here, attacking that at the same time. And dropping the bishop back is going to secure this. I think taking with a pawn is even more powerful here. Okay, we didn't even get to take, but now I have to act quickly. I'll play like this, but I pinned myself, which is really bad. I hope he doesn't get to win it back though. I'll just drop back here. There certainly were better moves, but I'm really low on time, so I will go back here as well now. I wish I was there. Maybe going here would have been better. Yeah, I think so. So he's running really low on time as well. I have to be careful. I just go back here now. And now I'll go here, threatening that. Let's see what he does. He doesn't even see it. He had to protect it. Now obviously there's a lot of stuff under attack. No, and I blundered my queen. No. Okay, we have to be careful. It's still not lost, but it's looking really bad for us. We're just down a rook, and I don't know what to do here. It's a check. I have to go back down, and after this, it's just simply losing. I'm just losing. I go back here. And he flagged. Okay, he flagged. Okay. I shouldn't have hung my queen here. I'm sure I was winning. Let me check with the analysis board. I was completely winning, +3 advantage, and now after takes, going back here was the correct idea. And I think I hovered queen to g6, but I decided to play queen to h4. I'm not sure, or at least I had it in mind. This was good. If he takes, we just go here. Oh, and then we're threatening to sacrifice because then we have checkmate. And he goes back here, and apparently we just double over there. So after he runs, we just go back. Okay, this was really interesting. What else did we have? Let's see this tactic that I missed over here. This was completely... okay, this tactic I found. But what was here? Clearly, okay, knight e3 apparently was way better. But this was completely fine. Queen here was the best move, and after this, going there gave me a complete advantage. But now, what was I supposed to play? Takes. Okay, c4 is very important here apparently, because after takes, Oh, I'm winning that back. Oh, and if he goes here, I'm having checkmate. Wait, that was really powerful. Wow. I completely missed that. Okay. But obviously he didn't have to take, though it was really good. And here, I'm lucky I had another tactic. And here, apparently, this was better. I just went up. Oh, so after this, I should have I had to go away, and then somehow that is better. I don't see a difference really. But yeah, let's play another game and see how it goes. And maybe we get our first steps to reaching 2000 elo. I'm going to play the Caro-Kann now. I usually play this opening, but I'm going to try out other openings. This is the fantasy variation. I have put this and showed you how to play this in my Caro-Kann course video. And he has to develop the knight here. I will pin him, and developing the bishop is the correct move. There are a few other alternatives, I believe. Maybe knight to c3, though. I'm not entirely sure. The problem is in the fantasy variation, you are not allowed to take this pawn ever. So now knight to d7 protecting this pawn is really good. Castles is the move for white, and then bringing out this knight is powerful. Now he doesn't have sacrifice because after takes I'm protecting that, but I am not entirely sure what I have to do after. Okay, so if he takes, I have to take here with danger levels, and then if he takes with the queen or the rook, or the rook, I'm going to play knight to e4, and then fork him. Obviously, he has a way to defend it, but I'm trading everything down, and that's really what you're looking for in the fantasy variation. I'm not sure if I was supposed, after takes, to develop the bishop first, so I can castle more quickly. But it doesn't look bad at all. I'm just going to give a check, and then I'm going to take here, which is supposed to give me an advantage. After takes, if he takes with the rook, taking here is entirely fine. And if he trades, he's really in a lot of trouble because he cannot defend checkmate and the bishop at the same time, so I'm winning either one of them. And once you learn to survive the fantasy variation with the line that I just showed, it's a completely fine opening to play against. You do not have to be scared, though there are a lot of tricks that they can play, so you need to learn this. But usually what I just showed is completely fine. I'm not sure if there are... No, there aren't any traps. He can also pin you, but it doesn't really make any difference. You just look to bring your king to safety as fast as possible. That's what you're trying to do in the fantasy variation. Now my opponent is almost flagging. I just take like this, like I said, and he takes over here. Oh, and actually it happened exactly like I said. Okay, so he cannot defend the bishop, the rook, and checkmate at the same time because I'm threatening back rank right now. All his pieces are undeveloped. So now he has to sacrifice. I will just take back and he resigns. Wow, okay, this was a really good way to enter this second day of this series. We have a few more days to go, so make sure to check in every single day and watch how I play. If you want to improve as well, I'm going to analyze this game real quick and then I'm going to close the recording. So here, apparently this is fine. I think, let me remember, I think this was also a gambit, where after here, there are a lot of traps with, let's say, a random move. There is check, and then there are instances where you have checkmate. If he blocks in the bishop with this knight as well, then it's checkmate too. So that is not the way I personally play. I just do this, and this is actually the main line if you take a look. Apparently queen b6 is really good, but I just take, and then e5, because if he takes, you're going to give a check, and that is the powerful idea, because here it's like in the wayward queen attack, where it's hard for him to defend this pawn and defend everything. And you could also trade, which is going to relieve all the pressure, but is certainly not as good as queen to h4. So now the way to play this is by developing the knight, defending this pawn, because I'm going to show you real quick. If you develop like this, he can sacrifice, and after you take, he can take like this, attacking this twice. You have to move away, and he just takes everything. And now you're just simply losing by a lot, because your king is very, very unsafe, and that is the way you calculate how good your position is in chess. So your king is very unsafe. You certainly do not want that. So now after this, was I supposed to give a check first? Maybe this, apparently giving a check is not as good. How? Okay, he can still sack, and then he takes, and after I take here, there's a check, goes here and takes the knight. Wow. Okay, so I certainly misplayed this. Taking here or going queen check is apparently better for some reason. Let me check why. Why can he not sacrifice anymore? Because I take like this. Wait. Wait a second. Here, here. Oh, I see, I see. I take advantage of that pin. Because now he can take here. And then he can take here and he's not pinned anymore. Okay, that is the way to play it. Okay, so I certainly misplayed it, but my opponent completely played it the wrong way, and now, as I said, it's completely winning after this. And yeah, this is a really good start to this series. We have won 4 games in a row, and since the start of the series. Now we will have to play more if we want to reach 2000 elo, but it's certainly a good start. Make sure to tune in the next time, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.